Back in the swing of life, dude.
All right, here we go. Muscle talk. All right, we were just saying that Dorian next year is gonna come in fucking chiseled, and he got you got some word from Hani Ramrod.
Yeah. He said a lot of good things about me in the podcast. I really appreciate it. When I
Oh,
went
that
over
was
and
good.
talked to him, I'm like, what'd you say? That was so nice. Thank you. But he's like, yeah, dude, you got so much muscle. It's like your mass and your shape, it's all there. You just need to come in 15% less full, 15% more tight.
If fucking
He's right.
Ramrod is saying, if Ramrod is saying it, then I would
Yeah.
say I would be like Ramrod. How much money you want to train me, bro? I don't know if he's got the time because he's got his hands full, but you never know.
We'll see.
Yeah, really. Well, how was vacation, Big J, with the kids and the family?
Dude, it was nice. It
Where'd
was
you go?
we went to Turks and Caicos.
Very
Oh, nice.
nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
so I mean we haven't been on vacation since 2018 or
Yeah.
19,
Wow.
18 or 19. We went to Mexico right after COVID, like end of 2020 for a friend's wedding.
Right.
But that was like 2 or 3 days, and you know, didn't really, you get caught up in the wedding stuff.
Oh yeah.
But aside from that, it's been 4 years since her and I, went away with the kids.
Very
But
nice, bro.
the fucking water was gorgeous, like see-through, clear blue, fish just swimming in between your feet. It's fucking.
How was the air condition in the room?
That was great.
See, I should have went to Turks and Caicos. All my friends at work were like, "You got to go to Dominican Republic. It's fantastic. You got to go there. You got to go. You got to go." So I was looking at resorts in Mexico. I was looking at resorts in Turks and Caicos, and then I was like, "All right, everybody's saying Dominican Republic. Go to the Dominican Republic, right?" Go into the room, and you can only put the air condition on so high. And
Really?
in the whole place, you can only put the air condition on so high.
Where'd you stay?
This new place, Lo Pasan. It's like brand new. It opened up right after COVID. So
So
the
we,
play,
we went to Punta Cana.
yeah,
That was our last trip. That was the one in 2018 or
yeah,
19, whatever it was, 18. But we stayed at the Hard Rock, dude. It was gorgeous. It
yeah.
was
The
The
Hard
water wasn't
Rock,
as nice there as it was at Turks,
right?
but the resort was gorgeous. Just gotta be
Yeah,
careful drinking the water.
yeah, right. Yeah, but the Hard Rock now is a little bit dated. Like in 2018, that was like that peak, and they've built new hotels there. You know, but whatever. It's no big. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so Dorian's going to be trained by Ramrod next year. He's going to win his first pro show. Luke is winning the Legion. And
He's next. Let's go.
my YouTube channel is going to blow up, and Ons is going to endorse. He's going to sponsor
Everyone.
Nick
I was
Walker and Antoine Vaillant because they dropped HD the muscle, and I heard through the grapevine that they were looking for I Prevail Subs to sponsor them.
who dropped who?
HD
N-
HD fires Antoine and let go of Nick Walker.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if they fired
Yeah.
him or if they dropped him. This fucking light. I ordered a new fucking light for my YouTube for this thing, and I didn't get it yet, and it's fucking blinking.
So they dumped Nick?
I don't know if they
Yeah.
dumped Nick or they dumped Nick. Did they? And Antoine?
They parted ways.
They
Yeah,
fired
yeah.
Antoine. I know they fired Antoine.
You know
Well,
why? They
Antoine,
probably.
Antoine was contracted, so they just didn't renew him,
Bro. I don't know
Antoine, they fired. They
Let me
said
see.
they fired him.
or they
He was-
outright
I think he was-
fired him. They cut his deal.
Yeah,
Dude,
they was. I think he was having problems with one of the brothers.
Oh, all right, okay.
What I heard,
Let me see. You know who sent me
they
the
weren't getting along.
Nick
Right.
Walker and Antoine Vaillant part ways with HD. I'm still friends with them, and I consider them family, says Antoine. Antoine always says, Antoine, hey guys, as of yesterday, I'm no longer with HD Muscle. It wasn't a decision made by Dorian or Maria. I don't know. I am still friends with them, and I consider them family. Also, my charity event, the Pure Muscle Summerfest, has been canceled. Unfortunately, not my choice. Sorry to everyone. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, HD, listen, if you want, look, you probably paid those guys a fortune. So if you want to get a really good deal, Series and Silliness needs a fucking sponsor. And believe me, you could probably pay me half the amount you paid them. And get on the train while it's hot, man. You know, I mean, shit's growing. Everything's going to be good. Anyway.
That's interesting.
You guys are going to go for a ride right now because I'm going to bury somebody. I was going to do this one alone, but I said, fuck it. I'm going to let you guys fucking hear it. So, wonderful. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So
don't bring us down in your,
no, you don't have to say nothing if you don't want, you pussy, but I'm gonna.
What's it about? I just say it. Yeah.
All right. So Marc Lobliner, you know, I dislike him. I'm gonna show you why I dislike him. But he's like Armon Adibi. He's always on RX Muscle. He's got his own YouTube channels on Instagram. He's got a big following. He's a competitive bodybuilder, you know. But he had like this AI image. He's got a couple of them. They're not Photoshopped. When I show you them, they're not Photoshopped. They're AI images, okay? And they can make you look like anything. They can make you look like Superman. They can make you so they made him look jacked with no fucking flaws, right? But you could tell that it's very cartoonish. You could tell it's an AI image. It's not Photoshopped because you wouldn't be able to tell right away if it's Photoshopped. Plus, on this guy Armon Adibi's Instagram, he has that picture up that's AI, and then he's got regular pictures of himself. And he's just competed on stage. So
in 3 weeks, he got in shape in 3 weeks.
3 weeks he's a big boy, but you know, he's getting older now and his structure's a little fucked up. But he did win the heavyweight one at like a local show or whatever.
He won his class.
Yeah,
that's
he did. Yeah, he won his class. He won the heavyweight class. But so Marc Lobliner from Tiger Fitness buries this poor bastard. Okay. I'm gonna show you a little bit of it. I got it queued up. I can only show you a few seconds because I'll get copyrighted, but you'll see exactly what I mean. And I'm gonna sound on. There. Okay. You just guys gotta let me know if you could hear this. All right. Let me know if you guys could hear this. Okay. So this is obviously Marc Lobliner, and this is obviously the picture and then the real guy on stage, right? So look at this. Can you hear this?
The comments are necessary. Like, we need to comment on this.
Yeah,
what in the actual F am I looking at right here? Like, what in the hell am I looking at? And also, if you know who's doing this guy's Photoshop or AI or whatever it is he's doing, please forward me his information, because this could be why my Instagram has not grown in like 3 years. What the hell are people thinking? Now, I give him credit. I give him credit for stepping on stage. I give him credit. But did he not know that Who Is the Best BBE or some other Instagram account is going to call this out like this?
All right. So he's thinking that, oh, I'm going to blow this guy up. I'm going to call this guy out for putting Photoshop pictures of, right? But that's not what this is about. That's clearly an AI picture that was designed to make him look like Superman, to make him look like a great, amazing, flawless bodybuilder. Because it's not that because I'll bring you to Armon's Instagram, and that'll show you, right? Look at this. Hold on. Let me see if I could do that. Instagram. Okay. And then we'll go to right here. So these were the pictures, okay? So that's him, and let's see. So this is one of the picture. This is one of the pictures, okay?
That ain't real. That's his avatar. It's not really there. But
exactly, right?
You should know that by looking at it.
Right.
Why is Mark getting so?
Here's another one, right?
That's fake. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Then who
gives a shit? Why is
exactly.
Mark about this shit? But
then he puts this picture up, which is clearly just him right next to it. It's not like, he puts this picture up right next to it, right? Where he's flexing, or he's got ones where he's working out. Let me see. He's got ones where he's training. I mean, it's not like he's not. Then he competes and he goes on stage. So he's like, here's the picture. And then here's him right next to it with whoever this dude is. So it's not like he's trying to pull anything off, right? And here's the best part. To make matters worse, this guy, Marc Lobliner, to make matters worse, Armon Adibi goes on RX Muscle, defends himself. Dave Palumbo said the same thing you say, Jay. Who gives a shit? Okay, it's an AI picture. Who cares? Blah, blah, blah. Everybody photoshops. If you want to put it on your Instagram, what business is it anybody's? And then this goddamn idiot fucking goes right back to shitting on Dave Palumbo.
Who?
Marc Lobliner.
Jeez.
Oh, he's fighting with Dave now?
No, he look what he did. Look what he does. Look. This was done today because yesterday he was on RX Muscle. Dave Palumbo, the industry clown who has a disease named after him. And he puts the worst picture of Dave Palumbo toward the end of his career because he put shots fired because Dave Palumbo said exactly what you said yesterday. And he went after him on his YouTube channel again. But still, I don't think honestly, I think Marc Lobliner is doing this because he's looking for attention because he's got.
Mark's always been that guy, dude. And I've known Mark for years, dude. And
yeah,
he's that type, and he's not a bad guy.
He's a clown. He's a
little outspoken sometimes. Sometimes he makes good sense, and sometimes he.
Look, because here's what I think. Here's what I think. He's got 412,000 subscribers. Okay. He's been in the game since before YouTube really blew up. So he came in before YouTube blew up. He came in before the wave, which is great. So he was one of the first YouTubers to do this with the bodybuilding thing, right? So he's got 412 subscribers, but now he's got 7.3 thousand views, 6,000 views, which is not very good for almost 500,000 subscribers. So either those subscribers are fake or his views are extremely down, right? And probably the views are extremely down. And my personal opinion is I think he's looking to gain attention by, shitting on Dave and shitting on Adibi. And the reason why I personally don't like him, and I'm going to show you guys now, is because when I first came on and did my YouTube channel, I actually asked him to come on. This was like 4 years.
I remember that story.
Yeah, I asked him to come on, and I asked Dave Palumbo to come on. You know what Dave did? He scheduled me in and I had him on. This was like 6 months into me having a YouTube channel. Dave's like, yeah, no problem. Same thing with Jason On. Same thing with Vinny Galante. Same thing with all the first guys I interviewed, right? Same thing with what's his name? The guy from the UK that I like, Samson Dauda. But here's his response, because I never actually what do you call it? I never actually deleted it. So here's this guy's response. Where is it? There we go. So I'm going to show you what he messaged me right here. All right. Let's see. Okay. So back then I would be very respectful. I'm still very respectful. So I write, dear sir, I started a podcast, YouTube channel about a year ago. I cover the power sports, bodybuilding, powerlifting, and arm wrestling. I also cover the management, blah, blah, blah. Please think about paying it forward. Plus, I'd love to pick your brain on how to grow your channel. Please write me back. I will include the link to my channel. So I include the link to right here to the channel, right? And then this was his response. This was fantastic. I mean, it was just, come on, let's go. Let's go down. Okay, here we go. Come on, let's go. Fucking Instagram. Okay. What kind of collab? I'm a huge bodybuilding fan, so we could preview the Chicago Pro. A what? The Chicago Pro is July 24th. That sounds uninteresting, and I have no idea who's even competing. I don't do the whole bodybuilding prediction thing, right? So it gets even better. It gets fucking better. Would you consider me interviewing you? You can advertise your products. Not sure how much that would help. So now I'm like, this guy's basically shitting on me. So at that time, there was a show. There was like an expo that he was going to be out, and I was going to go with my friend Ian. You know, Ian Jay. He's all over the place. The Dominican kid. I said, okay, well, thanks anyway. By the way, I'll be at the expo in Jersey at the end of the month. Maybe I'll get to talk to you there. That's real. What I was basically saying is, yeah, well, now I'm going to see you face to face. And of course, that's when he says, awesome. All of a sudden he changes his tune, right? But he actually never went to that expo. And this guy's he's a he's a clown. He's a fucking cornball. I understand this dude.
Yeah. I wouldn't get too upset about it.
No, I'm gonna shit on him just like he shat on me. Do you know how, just like he shat on me, like I'm from the UK? Do you know how long I've been waiting for this? I've kept that Instagram post for 4 years.
I was about to say, I'm surprised you say that fucking thing, dude.
I couldn't wait till this day.
Your poor ex-girlfriends. You probably have an arsenal of shit. If anything ever goes wrong, you can sabotage their lives.
That has happened before, actually.
Dude, really? Let that shit go.
Yeah, no. What happened was this girl, this is years ago,
That's a lot of pent-up shit you got going on there, John.
Yeah.
You got to talk to somebody. You got to talk to somebody about that, dude.
Yeah.
All that animosity just building for years.
Yeah, but Marc Lobliner is a clown. Nobody's paying attention to Tiger Fitness anymore, and I think he's just
attention to Dorian. Look at the way he's standing. He's got some fucking shit going on there.
Because he's standing like he's ready. He's standing like he's got my back. Because
he's ready to go, dude.
But yeah, no, that it has happened to me before with a girl. There was this one girl, this is years ago, who would not stop harassing me, bro. Like would not stop sending me threatening messages, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. It was crazy. So I kept all the Instagram, I kept all the emails and kept everything. Got a temporary restraining order because she wouldn't stop.
Really?
And I showed the judge all the text messages. There you go. You know, of course they dropped the restraining order. It wasn't permanent, but I never heard from her again after that. So, but yeah, I was waiting. I've been waiting for Marc Lobliner to blow this up for 4 years, and I held on to it. And I'm like, when the time comes, this fuck, I'm just gonna tear him up. And I'm like, okay, there's your answer. So now, and him like going after Dave, that bothered me too, because Dave has been nothing but nice to me since day one.
What did Dave say in rebuttal?
Oh, and it didn't come out yet. We'll see what happens. Dave's definitely going to fire back. I didn't watch the one with Dave. I just showed the clip. You want me to?
He's looking to engage in something with Dave to get himself
exactly right. Exactly.
Obviously, his viewers are down, and this is how he does it. And you know, I guess it works. You know.
Yeah, I hope it works.
Whatever.
No, the guy's a clown. Seriously, like guy's a clown. It's just pathetic. It really is. Before we get on to Andrew Jacked, one of the guys that watches our show, Robert, I forgot his last name, messaged me and Luke and showed the video of Nick Trigili showing that guy in the gym. Did you see that?
Yeah, man.
Apparently apparently there's this prank that these kids do. I guess they're trying. It's a prank that these kids do in the gym,
right?
And I guess they're trying to build their social media thing, and they're doing this prank where a guy asks them to spot, right? And this guy was benching like 315. The guy asks them to spot, and as soon as they start struggling, they walk away.
Oh,
yeah. And the guy had it on his chest and couldn't get it up. Somebody else ran over, gave him the lift. The guy got off, and like basically like body slammed this guy.
Yeah, he's lucky that's all that happened.
Seriously, he's lucky. So I'll show you that. Oh, there we go.
Why do kids think that's funny?
I don't know. These kids are idiots. I swear to God.
You do that in the wrong gym.
Luke, you know where we come from, Luke.
Not saying me allegedly, but you do that in the wrong gym. You might
that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen there, Luke.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, go to Diamond Gym and do that shit, man. Here it is. Here it is.
Well,
can you guys hear this?
The bench wouldn't even hurt you. It'd be everybody around him watching it. You fucking
yeah, right.
Nobody would tolerate that shit.
All right, here it is.
Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Not smart. Not a good idea. There we go. Why? It's a prank.
Now it's funny. Now it's not
so the
funny,
$1 million question is, did this kid deserve it? Whether it's a prank, whether it's a joke, he fucking deserved it.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't know where these kids get their entitlement, their attitude from, but I swear to God, I don't think these kids ever got punched in the face or punished by their parents because
Now nobody's laughing.
yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
When he's on the floor praying, oh,
Now
please.
nobody's laughing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It was all funny.
Yep.
I mean, or even if you go, okay, even if you go to like Diamond Gym or do that, or Dorian's gym where he works out at. What's the name of the gym you go to, Dorian?
Armbrust.
Okay, yeah. And something like that happens. I mean, I don't know if the gym is as small as Diamond that you go to, but what's his name that owns Diamond would probably throw him out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwayne, yeah.
Dwayne would probably throw the kid out before he gets killed.
Well, dude, I wasn't kidding. You know, I'm from Diamond. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
if it wouldn't even be Dwayne, it'd be everybody who saw it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Grab a hold of those kids and drag them to the fucking curb.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That would not go on, dude.
Yeah. Well, but and I'm saying even in Dorian's gym, I guarantee the owner would throw the kids out. They'd never be able to come back again. Right. At the very least, you know, and these kids, they're in touch. Did you see the guy who did the prank in the mall? He's a big dude. And this was like, I don't know, last year. This big dude does this prank. I don't know what the prank is. He gets the phone call. He plays something and he's like, why are you messing with my girl? Something like that. And he's playing the audio to the guy. And the guy is like, yo, this little guy's like, get away from me. I guess that the state they were in was carry conceal.
State. Yeah.
Yeah, was a carry state.
I saw that.
And the guy and every time the guy said, get away from him, it was right in the mall. The guy was like, kept pushing and pushing and pushing even more. And the guy pulled out his gun and shot him.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't die, but the guy got away with it because,
yeah,
you know, it's like how much more do you need to figure out that this is a stupid idea?
Well, dude, who's that YouTuber guy with the kid? They're in the gym and the kid takes his hat off him. And he smacks him in the fucking mouth.
Yeah, that was what's his name? That was
The kid's like, seriously, dude, fuck you.
yeah, right.
Yep.
That was
you,
who was the guy that did that?
He's a big YouTuber. I forgot his name. He talks, he fights.
Who was it, Dorian?
Bradley Martin.
That's
Yes.
it. It was Bradley Martin. Yeah, it's
Good for
fucking
him.
yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's fucking ridiculous, dude. You know, I came from a time where like you admired the guys that were big in the gym and you wanted to like pick their brain and see what they know and be, can you show me this and can you show me that? Because, you know, we didn't have Instagram or YouTube or the internet. You couldn't just look it up. You had to wait every month for Flex magazine to come out or Muscular Development. And if you didn't, or then other than that, you had the guys in the gym and that's who you would talk to. So when I was young, I tried not to be a pain in the ass, but I would go to the older guys and ask them, you know, I would be 15, 16, 17, even up and through in my 20s. And I still do it when I ask her, you know.
Well, the odd thing is, here's what really strikes me. The really odd thing is, why do these kids, these nobody kids, why do they think in their right, maybe it's not their right frame of mind, but why do they think that anybody on any day just wants to be fucked with?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I tell you
Let's
why
go play a prank on a fucking stranger, much less a guy who looks like they could put you through a wall.
You don't know what that guy's been through. You don't know if that guy is ready to blow. You don't know if that guy.
A rough day. What if
you don't know if that guy was cheating on him, got thrown out of his house, lost his kids, his house, and he's that close. And now you have no clue who you're fucking with. Seriously. And here's what I think: these young kids, they grow up entitled. Their dads don't discipline them. Their mothers protect them from everything, you know, and they grow up like this and they're like, oh yeah, I want to be a social media influencer. And this is the stupid shit that they do, right? Instead of actually going to get a goddamn job. And this is the stupid shit when they do. And then when they get knocked on their ass, they're like, oh, and that's when he's shitting in his pants. Like, I wasn't expecting that because he never had to face reality before. That 18-year-old kid never had to face reality before. He never had this. Wait till your father comes home and then you shit in your pants till your father comes home. That never happened to that kid, right? He never got a phone call from school and the mother's like, what'd you do at school? Or the father's like, what'd you do at school? It's always the teacher's fault, right? And the school's fault. And that's this generation. Everybody gets a trophy generation, all grown up. And this is what comes of it, right? And hopefully this kid learned his lesson, because if he didn't learn his lesson and keeps doing pranks like this, it's inevitable.
I don't see him pranking anybody again.
Yeah.
Not in the gym. He's
Not in
done
that
with
setting.
the gym.
Yeah,
There
he
was-
came to a screeching halt.
There was one prank really bad. This was a few years back. If I could find it, I'll show it. These kids got dressed up like clowns. I don't know. Do you remember this, Luke? These kids got dressed up like clowns, and they have like a dummy on the floor, and they just picked a random parking lot, like an indoor parking garage. And they would wait for people to come, walking in the parking garage, and it's like dark or whatever. And one guy's got like a big sledgehammer, the other guy's got a bat.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And they're beating up the dummy, and then they turn and look at the people, and they walk toward the people. And of course, most of the people get scared and take off. Run. Well, I think there was like 4 or 5, like maybe 8, 17, 18, 19-year-old black kids that were walking.
They started fighting.
They tried to prank on those kids. The kids turned around and kicked the shit out of them.
Yeah, it didn't work.
No, one kid stomping him in the chest, and he's going, "It's a prank! It's a prank!"
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see.
The only reason why a male would want to.
All right, let's see if I can find it. I don't know if I can. It was a long time ago. It might not even be there. Prank clowns. Oh, there we go. Gone wrong. Is this? Let me see if I could. Jesus, I didn't realize how many clown pranks. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Was it gun on?
Oh no, this isn't it.
Supposed to be funny or something, Kyle? Yeah. It's not, bro. It's really
This isn't
not,
it.
bro.
I didn't even see this one. There's a different one.
Oh, this is a different one, yo.
Yeah, there's a different one, but same thing basically.
I like when stuff like that happens because you can't just be messing around. Prank your friends. Prank your friends that you know that are okay with it. But don't go pranking strangers. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they have on them.
Right.
That's very dangerous. That's a very dangerous thing right there.
Think about if you're like that kid's father, right? Or like I said, those kids probably either one don't have fathers or they have weak fathers, and you found out your son's doing that. You'd be better be more afraid of me as your father.
You want to hear a quick story?
Is the time you jerked off on the peanut butter and made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for everybody?
Jerked off? No. Nothing to do with that. Stop bringing that up. That was private. No.
All right, go ahead.
A couple years ago, okay, my daughter was hanging out with this girl, and not the best role model, right?
Mm-hmm.
She comes home. They went over to the rec center, and she comes home with those orange cones they put in the road,
Oh yeah.
To block traffic or whatever.
Yeah.
She comes home with the orange cone. What are you doing with the orange cone? And her and her friend thought it would be cute if they just took it. And they walked home. They walked home with it. I said, "So you stole it from the rec center?" And she didn't know what to say or how to respond and this and that. So obviously she was grounded for that. But what I did was put that fucking cone in my car right now and get your ass in my car.
Mm-hmm.
Drove her back to the rec center, which is right across from the police station. In front of the police, I made her get out of the car and put the cone back in the fucking spot.
Exactly. And that's what good parents do. There's actions.
She never took anything again.
Right. There's actions to your consequences. And what you're doing is you're making her a responsible adult, because when she goes out into the world, she's going to learn the hard way that there are actions to her.
We don't take.
There are consequences to her actions. Right.
We don't steal. We don't take. If it don't belong to me, I don't want it. If I didn't earn it, I don't want it.
Exactly. And I that's why I respect you, man. That's why you're a good dad. Now, we got to get on to the main topic. Dorian placed his 8th at Texas, which was his best look ever. He looked fantastic. But Dorian, I want to know, what the hell does Andrew Jack look like in person? Because on that live stream, it was insane.
I got to admit, I think I've done like 70 contests. That was my 29th pro show. I've never competed with somebody I was that impressed with.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's 6'2". He's tall. His shoulders are just ginormous. Literally, his arm looks like he's one of the best, if not the best, bodybuilder on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Olympia is going to be really interesting with Andrew coming in with those types of improvements, because he was literally the most impressive bodybuilder I've ever seen besides Ronnie Coleman in 2002.
Wow, really? That good?
Yes.
Wow. All right. So there's a lot of talk about if you think he's going to break the top 2, top 3, because he came in 5th last year, but we got to remember that Nick Walker wasn't in the Olympia last year. So he came in 5th last year, and he was off last year. But now if he comes in looking like that, or even maybe 5 or 10% more conditioned, that's going to be a problem for everybody on that stage, man. I mean, I don't know. So the big 3 obviously are Samson, Hadi, and Derek. You think he can get? Who thinks he can get past those 3 guys and win the whole thing? I don't know. What do you say, Dorian? You were there. You saw him in person, so I want you.
Well, he has some strengths and weaknesses to his physique. Can his strength outweigh his weaknesses? I mean, his abs and a thigh, his front double bicep, probably some of the best on earth right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got to compare it to Derek's glutes, yes, Andrew's glutes are there and they're lean, but they don't have the genetic striation like Derek's does or Hadi's does. So it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. But I think with that much mass and the size, he's got a lot of wow factor. And if he comes in dialed in, if anybody leaves the door open for him, he's moving past them.
Good point. Really good point. We have not seen Derek or Hadi. We haven't seen Hadi off. Hadi never comes off. He comes very good or incredible, right? But you're right. We've never seen, if one of those guys slip, or if Samson slips, I think he's going to be able to give Samson a run for his money.
I agree.
But I don't think he's going to be able to beat Derek or Hadi. What do you think, Jay?
I think I think Andrew's impressive. I think he's got a waist most of these guys would die for. But I think there's still holes when you put him, and I think it's his height is what's going to hurt him, believe it or not, is because there's gaps in little areas, like in certain poses, it might make his forearms look like they're not, everything doesn't flow in accordance to the size of everything else. As great as he is, you have a guy like Derek or Samson, even Nick, who just has that better flow. He's a top 5 guy. I don't know if he could crack the top 3 with this lineup. Not saying he can't. I just think, and look, we have to assume that everybody's going to be on. You can't give him a nudge,
right?
Hoping that somebody's going to be off, because dude, it's the Olympia. Everybody's on.
Yeah, especially the top
something
5
really goes wrong.
Right.
But it'll make a good show, dude. I mean, it'll definitely make a good show, and he's worthy. He's worthy to be up there. But you got to see him next to those guys. It's we could sit here and debate it all day, and Dorian makes great points, and he's right on all of them. But I just still think there's little gaps in his physique that will come with maturity that he needs to fill out. Where you have some of these thicker guys that are just thicker everywhere, and it just creates a better flow and more of that. Not that he doesn't have the wow factor, but more of that, man, shit, that guy looks fucking complete. Like Andrew looks great, but you could say, all right, well, this is a little behind this, and this is a little, everything's still so overwhelming. But he's got time.
Yeah. Well, actually, he really doesn't. What is he, 40 now, right? 39 or 40?
38.
What is he?
38.
I thought he was younger. Okay.
Yeah, sort of. But, all right, Luke. Nick Walker was not in the Olympia last year. And he won the New York Pro against Martin Fitzwater, but it was very close. And it wasn't his best look, but it was good enough to win the New York Pro. Okay. Nick Walker obviously is trying to make a statement this year because he wasn't in the Olympia last year. And He knows how close New York Pro was, so he's clearly trying to make a statement. He comes in 100%, and let's say Andrew comes in 100%. Who do you think pulls ahead?
Andrew still beats him.
Think so?
Yeah.
I think so too, only because of Andrew's shape.
Yeah. He's that guy looks, and that was him at 299 pounds.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
That's crazy.
And I didn't even mention Hadi.
Yeah, that Hadi Choopan isn't messing around. I think he's going to take it back this year. I really think he's going to take it back this year because that guy's not messing around. He's not losing again. He has it in his mind. He refuses to lose, and he's not playing. He's not playing this time.
Did you see his latest updates?
Yes,
dude.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up, but it's insane. His latest updates are insane. I mean, it's just like, and you know, not for nothing, but yeah, I mean, all the top 3 guys look better at this point this year than they did last year. Samson, Derek, and Hadi. But it's just that. Let's see. Let's shut the sound off. So I don't have to deal with that. When you look at Hadi, it is. I mean, you know what he reminds me of? Remember the cartoon when Bugs Bunny had to fight the wrestler, and I think they called him the Crusher. It was the Crusher. That's what it looks like to me when he look at this. This is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like that's just crazy. So he's already dialed in. Like, now, obviously, but I mean, he's already got striations in his leg, separation.
Is he in the States?
Fucking massive.
Is he already in the States?
Don't think so. I don't think so. The thing is, though, Derek did a back shot. I don't know if you guys saw that. And he's also like not messing around. I don't know if you saw this. You got to remember, you got 9 weeks to the Olympia, and he already has striations in his glutes and his hamstrings, and he already has a Christmas tree. You could already see feathers, and his back is massive. And you know, the thing is, they're both gonna beat Andrew. Yeah, exactly. Right. These two guys, they're gonna expose Andrew when they turn around. Agreed, 100% agreed. You got to remember that these two guys work with the same coach.
Yep.
So they probably both made advancements. And I think it's between these two guys is who's going to come in more conditioned. You know, what do you think, Dorian?
Like I was saying earlier, there's things with Derek's physique that Andrew just doesn't have. And like Derek has like feathering and detail in his back and in his side shots that Andrew, I don't think he can beat.
Right.
But Andrew's got shots that Derek can't beat. So I think Derek would beat him in more shots, actually, than Andrew would beat Derek.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a rough one because I don't think Derek or Hadi, I think they're going to come in 100%.
The reality is this is like what I've talked about in the past where, and look, you put Andrew on any stage and you're like, dude, this is one of the best guys that ever walked on stage, right?
Yeah.
But when you take it a level up, you know what I mean?
Yes. Agreed.
With Hadi, this is the difference between an Andrew and that level up. Where, dude, I mean, until you see them next to each other, it won't make sense to the average person, you know?
Right.
Because they both look tremendous in their own right. But just like Dorian said, like there's things that Derek has and Samson has and Hadi has and even Nick has. And Andrew might be able to beat Nick, you know, just because the areas where Nick is flawed in, Andrew is grossly superior in, you know?
Right.
And that might be enough to carry the win to him, but it's not enough because Hadi and Derek and Samson are not flawed in the same areas that Nick is in.
Right.
So Nick's got it fucking perfect. Like, and I said, you can't go by that, you know?
Right.
Whereas if somebody's a little off, and that's how it has to be for Nick, but you can't bet on that.
No, agreed. I fully 100% agree with that. But all three guys, the top three, look better now than they did last year at this time. I mean, if you
I
saw
think it's going to be
Samson,
tough for Derek to repeat.
and me too. He's got his work cut out for him. And now here's Samson. I mean, I wish I could pull it in closer, but I can't. Now this is a guy who normally doesn't have striations in his glutes. His hamstrings comes in, but he's clearly, and his back looks better than it did. So this guy made improvements too. Right. And we still got 9 weeks out. So all three of these guys looks like they've made improvements. The thing is,
Samson has different glutes. Samson actually needs to develop his glutes a little more.
Right.
His are a little flatter. They're not as prominent. The gluteus, the maximus and the medius, they're not as, believe it, they're not as big. His ass is not as big as Derek's
it's true.
Or Nick's.
You're 100% right.
He has a smaller glute muscle. But he's got great fucking shape, phenomenal flow, and where I think Derek really should streamline down a little bit because he's on the verge of looking a little too squatty,
Yeah. He's like that close, but
it's like almost too big for his height, where it doesn't complement him well.
Here's the thing with Samson though. He leaves Milos and his wife trains him, and she obviously does a good job. But then he was supposed to go to Oxygen Gym, and I forgot the guy's name who was supposed to train him. And now says he's not doing that. His wife is going to be training him exclusively. So, I mean, what I mean by that is Andrew is very comfortable with Aceto and has been with him for a couple of years now. Derek and Hadi is very comfortable with Hani. Right? Is that his name? Hani? Yeah, his first name, whatever. And they understand what has to be done. Samson's still kind of jumping around and playing a guessing game with coaches. How much do you think, Dorian, that's going to affect him, if it'll affect him at all?
Well, he's getting coached by his wife again.
Yeah.
I think she knows him better than anybody. And I think we disagreed with this when this was happening, but I think him working with her is the best thing he can do because she knows him the best.
I agree. I think because every time she trains him, he looks great every time. And when he won, what was it, the Prague Pro? She trained him last year. He won that. He looked better at that show than he did at the Olympia. Every time she trains him, so yeah, you're right. I don't know what she does or what the tweaks are or so on and so forth. But if she's doing the best job, just stick with her. What do you think, Luke? Luke, I'm sorry. Do you think that the coach makes that much difference at this level?
Yeah, of course. Coach always makes a difference.
Yeah.
And like if she's really doing the work for him to improve, then if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
That's my thing. If it's not broke, don't fix it. If he's getting better, she show and she's doing this coaching up there. Go be it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I agree. I think she competed a couple of times. Yeah, this was her back in the day. She competed. This was, I don't know how long ago this was, but that's when she competed. Listen, I don't care who it is, man. I don't care if you get trained by Marvin the Martian from Looney Tunes. If it works, it works, man. I don't know. But Jay, you're not crazy about coaches. You're like, fuck those coaches.
Look, it's not that, but I think at this point for Samson, it's irrelevant. I think, Samson, look, with these guys are top pros. Like at this point, you should know your bodies. You should know what you're doing. Your coach should really just be a judge for you, an honest opinion, letting you know you need to dial it in more, you need to back it off, you need to increase this, you need to increase that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this instance, I think Samson might need somebody who's just committed to him. All these other coaches are training other people, and not that I'm against that, right? But for Samson, it seems to work better this way. And that's all that really matters. You know, it doesn't matter whether I think a coach is good or I think a coach is bad or what, or if, Hahani is training 2 or 3 different people, first and second in the world, that's irrelevant. And if they're okay with that, fine. But I think Samson is at a level where he just needs somebody who is solely focused on him. And he's making improvements. It's not hindering him. It's not hurting him. And he knows what to do at this point. And maybe his wife is giving him that best opinion, that playing devil's advocate, on every avenue. How do you go wrong with that? You know what I mean? But you got to realize, dude, there's no rules. People have to stop thinking there's rules. You don't need this, and dude, you coming in shape. That's all it's about. However you get there, it's fucking irrelevant.
She might be withholding the sugar walls until he does what she says.
At certain levels, because some people do need guidance and they do need help, and they don't have enough experience. But these guys have done it. These guys have done it.
She might be saying no late night nookie for you until you get your diet straight. And he's like, "Fuck, I need that shit." That would make me do it.
I just think he's more comfortable knowing, look, she's got my best interest in mind, right?
Right.
She's not going to steer me wrong because what's mine is hers, It's working.
Yeah. No, it's working. It's going to be.
Can't argue with results, right?
And I really hope Tabani could get a visa. I even though I don't think he's going to be able to, I really hope Nathan can get a visa to get on that Olympia stage, because it'll be really interesting with those 2 guys, the new Andrew, John De La Rosa, Akeem, Martin Fitzwater, Rafael Brandao. Somebody's not making the top 10. You can't have that many guys. And is Brandon doing it? Is Brandon doing the Olympia this year? I don't even know.
Yeah, I believe they said he's still doing it.
Yeah, I have not seen. Let's see if
you have to requalify.
No, he's Mr. Olympia.
No, he does it. He's Mr. Olympia.
He always has that invite back, right?
Let's see if I don't do I follow him? I think so. Yeah. Here we go. Does he have anything? What's this? How long ago was this? This was 2 days ago. The countdown continues. Yeah, I decided to share some footage from last Thursday's leg day. Only thing left out of this video was the beginning of calves. And adductors are walking in the London, blah, blah, blah. Ahmad, this, I guess, is whatever, his trainer. Switched it up with us. Looking forward to getting stronger and better execution this Thursday. I'm not made. I don't know. Does it say anything official? Podcasts are starting to talk Olympia, and they rarely mention Brandon. He came in 4th last year. Excited to see him when it do his thing. Let's see if anybody says anything.
Well, he says it there. So the countdown, he has the Olympia tagged.
Yeah, but I guess you're right. Yeah. I was looking for something more concrete, but yeah.
Concrete enough.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right?
He doesn't. Yeah. I think, he came in 4th last year, and I'm a huge Brandon Curry fan. I think he's going to slip down further this year. And that's only because he's got to be in his 40s by this point.
Oh, he's above 40.
He's got to be, And just by looking at this, it doesn't look like, I know he's covered. Yeah, you could see hamstrings in there. I don't know if he is going to be on the same conditioning level as.
Well, he's not going to be like those guys as far.
Yeah, exactly. And he always had beautiful shape and structure, but is it as good as Andrews? He's not known for
that conditioning.
Right. Is it as good as Andrews? Is his structure as good? He might fall to 5th or 6th. Who knows? I don't think they're going to do him dirty. I don't think they're going to be like, drop him to 10th or something, because he's a former Mr. Olympia. But I wouldn't be surprised if he comes 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in there. And that's saying the same Brandon from last year, right? That's not saying if he comes in worse. No, if he's on, I'm saying. I don't know. Gentlemen, you guys got my back if Marc Lobliner comes after me?
I got your back. Me and Mark,
He
have a little
coming
history.
after nobody. He's not coming after nobody.
All right, fellas. Listen, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on. And I will speak to you guys very, very soon. Dorian, Luke, Jay, later, fellas.
Hi, boys.
Later. Yep.